Today I want to talk to you guys about the hand tools that I use on my farm that aren't really farm related, but I think most farmers would benefit from having them. I'll kind of explain what I do with these tools and how often I use them. So these are all my powered hand tools. I use DeWalt tools, and there's no particular reason for that. I just got into using DeWalt tools, and I like to have tools that have the same batteries. That way I can use them from one tool to the next. So that's why I use DeWalt. I don't think DeWalt's the best brand. I think there's other brands that are just as good, if not better. I'm sure people in the comments will have opinions on why do you use DeWalt, why don't you use Makita or Milwaukee or whatever. But anyways, I use DeWalt tools, and I'm going to kind of just go through a lot of these tools. They're not all DeWalt, actually. The one on the end I'll explain in a minute. But I like to keep my tools off the floor. This is just something I recently did. I'm in the greenhouse a lot in the winter, so it's essentially my workshop, if you will. And some of these I use a lot, and some of these not so much, but I really enjoy having them. So I'm just going to start with the two tools that I probably use the most outside of the farm specifically is these impact drivers. I love these drills. I mean, I just keep the Robertson bit on it. I use them all the time. You know, when I'm building stuff, fixing things. We're always building stuff on the farm. Most farmers are, you know, you get an idea for something, you want to build something. I work with wood a lot. I love working with wood. So those impact drivers I use a lot. They're for sure the most used hand tools on my operation. The next two drills are sort of standard drills, but they're both are a little different from one another. This is a heavy duty, just, you know, it's a drill that has three options. I don't know what you call these guys, but this is actually the drill that I use to power the tilther that we use, the Johnny's tilther. Super powerful drill. I like this drill for whenever I have to, when I built that greenhouse, the next door greenhouse, the lettuce tunnel. This is the drill I use for drilling through the steel. I'd get a nice steel drill bit on the end, and for all the bolt holes that I did in that greenhouse, which there was a lot, I did a lot of drilling to this drill. This was the one to use. This drill can even actually go through concrete if you have the right bit, and I've used it for that. You just put it on the hammer setting, and it can drill through concrete. So it's used on the tilther. It's also the heavy duty drill used for drilling through steel and stuff like that. This other DeWalt drill is a slightly lighter duty drill. It has just 2 speed settings where the other one had 3. This is the drill we use on our quick cut greens harvester, but it's also a drill, like you see I've got a little wood drill bit on there. It's also the drill that I use a lot of if I'm working with wood. If I'm drilling through wood, I like this one. It's lighter weight than this one, so it's nicer to handle, it's easier to handle. But it spends actually most of its time on the quick cut greens harvester, and in fact I think we have 2 of these. So this is the same drill I use on the harvester, but it's not the one that it's presently on there, but it's the exact same drill we use. Some people ask about that. So that drill gets a lot of use. Over here I've got a circular saw, a battery powered circular saw. I love this saw. It's just, you know, I've got a lot of scrap. I keep a lot of scrap wood along the side of my house, and sometimes when I want to just put something together, it's, oh, I just need a piece of wood, just a certain piece. Like for example, I just built a little knife holder with a magnet to hold the knives, our harvest knives, and I just needed a 14-inch piece of wood, and so I just run out and cut it out there, and it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But I like having the battery powered one because then I don't have to worry about the cord. It's just easy. Same battery that all these tools use. You know, sometimes if I'm setting up an irrigation system, an overhead irrigation system, I'll bring my saw and I'll cut the posts right on site. So I'll take all my materials on site and I'll bring that drill with me and just get it all done there. I love this tool. This is a grinder. This is a great tool if you're building a greenhouse as well. So if you're, you know, cutting through steel, cutting through rebar, generally speaking, for building a greenhouse, this is a fantastic tool to have. You'll use it a lot because you're working with metal and you're going to be cutting metal. So that's the one for that job. I love this tool. I just got this one actually. I've always borrowed my friends, and so I just got sick of borrowing it, and I just got myself one the other day. This is a reciprocating saw, or a sawzall. I call it a recip saw, and this is just a demolition tool. It's like when you need to just cut through a bunch of stuff and just get her done, you can use this tool. It's actually, it can be okay for cutting steel as well. You just got to get the right blades. I think these ones here, I'm taking apart my deck in the next little while. I'm going to rebuild my deck, and so I'm going to use this tool to just cut through the wood with nails. It's just kind of really gnarly, and you just got to demo it. That's a fantastic tool to have, but also handy for a greenhouse, because you can get the metal blades that will also cut through steel as well. You know, sometimes when you're putting in your ground posts and you want to get them all to the same height, if you didn't have them perfect when you pounded them, you could use a reciprocating saw to just cut through those posts, but you got to have the right blade. So that is the main DeWalt tools there. So this tool I keep up here, this is I've done a video on this before. It's the Work Sharp knife sharpener. This I use to sharpen the greens harvester. I use this to keep my blade that I use for microgreens sharp. So this blade here, this is a hand hammered Japanese chef's knife. It's like a $250 knife. Deadly sharp, amazing quality. I like having a really sharp knife for microgreens, and so this tool gets used a lot to keep that knife sharp, because we're harvesting anywhere between 50 to 100 flats of microgreens a week, and so I like to keep that knife sharp. It keeps things moving along fast so you can harvest fast. So that tool gets used a lot. It's also used to harvest, or to sharpen our quick cut greens harvester, and it does a really good job for that. I'll leave the link for that one below, because the guys at Farmer's Friend sell that tool. It's a fantastic tool. So those are my tools. I try to keep the same. I like having the same tools because I can use the same battery and change it between all the tools. And that's it. So you guys want to see more stuff like that, please hit the subscribe button right now. Like and share these videos with your friends, and check out my website, theurbanfarmer.co, for links to all my upcoming workshops in New Zealand, Canada, and the United States. I'd love to see you there. All right, talk to you later.